Good morning everyone and welcome to another episode of QSI Phuket News. January 31st. Here to discuss updates on the ongoing Literacy Week as well as the upcoming International Day.
Happy Literacy Week, everyone! This week is important because we support our children's wish to read and learn. And this is the book that I chose for this Literacy Week. I think it's quite interesting. And now more about it.
J.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit is a classic fantasy novel published in 1937. This story was originally created for Tolkien's children and has become a timeless classic in the fantasy genre, read by millions of people from around the world since it has been published. I will be sitting down with a teacher who is currently having his middle school class read this classic fantasy. So, hello Mr. Alex, and thank you so much for joining me today to discuss The Hobbit. So my first question is, when did you first read this book?
I read the book just before I turned 13. There was a challenge, and it was a friend of my brother's who was younger, had read The Hobbit before he had turned 13, and so I took it upon myself to do the same.
So I can guess that you've read this book a lot of times.
Many, many times of the year, always revisited The Hobbit. As we know, it's the prequel to The Lord of the Rings, and sort of sets the tone. So I've always gone back to it. I have a very warm affinity towards The Hobbit.
And what did you like about the story?
Well, we must remember it's a book of adventure, and adventures are always a good genre, but it's also fantasy fiction. And Tolkien having set that up as I would say the real genius of fantasy fiction, his way of telling the story has set the tone for many, many others. And I think I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed the masterful crafting of it. I enjoyed the detail, the fact that he created his own language. The maps within these books are phenomenal. The Elvish runes they're real. The symbology behind a number of things in the book is significant, and we can draw parallels with what's being said in The Hobbit to many other aspects in our life.
And why do you think this novel is so popular?
Yeah, like I said, I think fantasy fiction is a big genre. I also think that there are undertones or themes within the book that we can recognize. The resilience of Bilbo as a character, and his development as the character as the book progresses. The way that he encounters a number of obstacles and overcomes them. The way that he teaches himself to become self-sufficient. It's almost like a coming of age. This little hobbit that then sort of grows into a man in incest. Well, he doesn't grow into a man, but he becomes more mature. And then the other themes of home and what home symbolizes. We always love the fact that The Hobbit has a second breakfast or a second lunch. In virtually every single chapter, there are a number of references to eating, which is enjoyable. And then, other references like how the invention of golf came about, the lopping off of a goblin's head and then rolling into a hole. These sort of quirky, humorous little antics and anecdotes that Tolkien puts into the book are... I think they're pertinent as they were when they were written as they are today.
What are you hoping your students will learn about while reading the book?
I think that the way that Tolkien writes, the sentence structure, the grammar, the use of vocabulary, it's a style that we miss in modern day writing. and the shortened, abbreviated texts and emoticons and things that we use in our current modern day communication is it's a whisper of what descriptive language should be like. And I think that if you can learn this form and this art of writing and this style of writing, you can apply it to anything, including books and movies and stories later on in life. And that I think this is sort of sets the tone. This is where you should be with your writing, especially at this age.
So hello and thank you for joining me today. So my question is, what do you like about The Hobbit?
Having the concept of a second breakfast, I really love eating.
So it's your favorite part about the book?
Yes.
What about the characters?
I think Bilbo, because he loves second breakfasts and he really likes eating food like me.
Since its publication, The Hobbit has sold over 100 million copies worldwide. This story has remained very popular among those who are fans of the fantasy genre, with an animated movie released in 1977 and more recently series of live-action films released in 2012. These films use a large amount of computer-generated images and advanced filming technology and techniques to bring the fantastical world of J.R.R. Tolkien to life. This mix of technology and storytelling could inspire younger generations to take interest in this amazing fantasy world and hopefully inspire them to read more of Tolkien's other classic works. If you have to read The Hobbit, I suggest that you go on your epic journey to the bookstore and pick up your copy today.
Man, look at all these countries. I wish I could learn more about them and try their amazing food.
Well, you're in luck. International Day is coming up next week.
What's International Day?
It's a day where you're going to be able to try all these delicious foods and learn about their cultures. And these delicious foods include
Borscht and salo from Ukraine.
Pilmeni and vareniki from Russia.
Pad Krapao or Pad Thai from Thailand.
Adobo and sinigang from Philippines.
Pecan and pumpkin pie from America.
Wow, all of that sounds amazing. I can't wait for International Day.
As of 29th of January, Happy Chinese New Year, and I'll see you another day.